All right, everyone, RemanX here for your latest and greatest tip. Let's get Stature to 5 stars. I know, you're saying, well, only the Krakens can, but realistically, guys, everybody can with a certain expectation of odds from these orbs, and it will happen over time. These event campaigns are always the story campaigns are always the best way forward to get characters. So character releases in this method are actually really good. And I'm going to tell you something. I actually really like the characters in this orb right now. There's a lot of high quality characters. Some of these which are hard to obtain. Some of these characters are currently unfarmable. Haven't found a node. So they're actually, like I said, this is actually one of my favorite of the actual orbs so far, because it is featuring some characters that I myself need and would like to see drop. So not only do you see Stature, you see things like Taskmaster Swarm, another character that's becoming a hot commodity with the fact that she's in a war store with X23. She's, if you guys are looking at this video, should be usable to unlock. We've got Electro here. So some pretty decent characters overall, and we all know that really isn't a farmable domino, but definitely something to consider down the line. So some decent characters overall, like I said, something that is pleasantly surprising when they have some high quality characters. So if you guys know that there are 14, 16, and 24 drops of these, 18 as well, 24 drops of these characters inside these orbs. They make up a very, very low percentage drop rate, but the estimated number of characters has been configured. And by the way, special thank you to Yuletide Bringer for the sheet that I'm going to show you guys in a few moments here. This is actually something that every single one of the time these event campaigns show up, we're going to talk about. This. Jeez, I got that warning from Google Drive. These are something that you'll see every single event if it's standardized. If it does vary based on the drop rate, if they add some different percentages, but so far we've seen a consistent drop rate from these orbs. So the best way to get them is not buying those orbs in the offers. It is literally spending the cores on this. So the way that he has it built up is 299. And so that is something that we typically round up for 5. So how this works is at the start of the event, you spend, and he also has time zone specific information that he loads in here. You would spend a total of 400 cores to get 299, and you can vary that a little bit over time and take a look at your overall time frame here, because you'd actually put the event start and event duration all here. We'll help you figure this out, which we'll talk about it. So we're definitely going to have this link for you guys in the comments. While the event characters haven't always been impactful, some of them have actually turned out to be very, very good standalone characters. We'll give you, for instance, like Proxima, what was it, Taskmaster. So some of these campaign event characters are definitely something that you guys are going to want to save your cores for. So the idea is you're going to be spending 400, maybe 500 on certain days over the course of 15 days. So it is the best way to get a character, and especially we're talking about this is still considered to be a rumored. This is still considered to be rumored as an unlock for a legendary. So the path forward isn't clear, and this is something we definitely want to delve into. So I think you guys saw this, like a Stature. So she's currently bugged. She's given health outside of that. That's something that they haven't fixed. She's giving health outside of the dark dimension. There are some additional bugs on this whole squad here. That is something to be aware of going forward. Definitely something that we've seen and are concerned about. So if you guys don't know, I am while I am the community Kraken over here, I haven't and I won't click on that just like I did with a Ghost, because I really want to showcase the full team's potential in DD3. Hopefully showcase this while you guys are building it up to see if she's worth it. It's interesting because it's possible, looking at the new information we have for Dark Dimension 4, that this team is going to be potentially the best path forward for global. And we'll have to see if it really is the, what's happening here. But we're getting more and more information as time goes on. We are getting more and more characters built up, looking at DD4 as a possible, whether I'm going to be in the top 100, top 200. We don't know yet. but we do get some of the information from the top players here. I do think that on her team, her most important ability is, and again, we'll show you this right quick. If you guys didn't see the video, I actually have a video showcasing the fact that that actually does take her health outside of the Dark Dimension when it is supposed to only do it inside the Dark Dimension. So they haven't addressed that yet, of whether or not it's going to be a fix here. So something to be aware of. That being said, she is a decent character. She is the battery for the team. All right. I'm actually going to be picking this ability up, speeding up the team's ability, getting so you have more control over when and how you do certain abilities is going to be, I think, the key for the strategy. It looks like they're building Dark Dimension 4 for a much more strategic element than they are for just overall power. If you guys don't know that today they released the information showcasing that the DD4 nodes will have certain characters doing ults and the like and their specials on every turn. So harkening back to some of the fun nodes, still fun nodes. Once you overcame them and you theory crafted around them, it was actually fun for a lot of the community that we saw in U6, Ultima 6. So where they use a certain ability on turn every single time, so they always have the energy available to do so. So it's something, like I said, if they didn't tune it as high with the damage from nodes 7 and 8, and I think when they talked about looking through Global's failures in Dark Dimension 3, they realized that the barrier that was node 7 and node 8 was a hardcore frustration mechanic because of Phoenix. Hopefully they found a new way around that that makes it so that we can just, theory craft our way through some of this, which is exciting to think that that might be the potential. So I'm semi looking forward to Dark Dimension 4. I do think Doom is a significant character reward and plug and play on the team. So the drawback with Stature currently is, yeah, you're going to get a 5-star. I don't see a lot of use outside of her team. I know you've been able to plug her in with some of the Young Avengers. There's some cool abilities in that regard. But the drawback with this is just not enough happening outside of her team. A lot of it's built into the team, and a little bit too much of her kit is built into Dark Dimension. Having defense up and being able to keep that defense up when she's taunting and then shed that. We haven't finalized her overall ISOs, so we'll get into that more importantly. So, event campaign character, is she worth going hard on the event campaign if you're free to play? You could stop at 400 and get her close to 5 stars. That maybe if she comes back around in some sort of offer, where sometimes they have the specialized characters when a legendary character come out, where you have the specialized orbs that'll give you a multitude of drops for characters. So I knew some of the free to play actually were able to buy some of those core offers and actually get those up if they were missing 1 or 2. But that is a tough target, because if you miss her and you're just at 4 and she's unattainable at 5 and it winds up being a legendary requirement, I think a lot of people might be frustrated by this. But that is the reason why we're saying get her to 5. We want to make sure that those event characters have a path towards 5 if they are used towards a legendary down the road. And typically that is where we see them most useful in most of the game nodes. So we're talking about a 5-star 4 red will get you through most of the current end game content if you build them up and surround them with similar characters and synergistic characters, believe it or not. Obviously, U7.5 aside, some of the characters will just not survive in there. So other thing we got to take into consideration is the PimTech team is also, because we demanded it, is going to be usable in raids. That's right, guys. In a raid selector for the Greeks coming near you, you're going to need a PimTech or Wakandan team. And the question is, which one are you most likely to level up to get through that content here? Yeah, not so excited about it. So hopefully you guys get some decent stars on it. And for those of you guys, like I said, for myself, it gives me a decent stomping point to know where I'm going to get her. So I should get her probably to halfway through a 7-star character with this event. It just started a couple of days ago, and then either through a couple of offers, I should be able to get it to 7-star. But I am not going to click on this because I do want to showcase a more relevant character, not a 6-red 6-star character in Dark Dimension 3. I do want to showcase for you guys the actual ability on this character. So stay tuned. You guys can follow me on Twitch. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the video. This will get uploaded relatively soon. So make sure you guys get this in your hands. You guys can find the actual link to the spreadsheet in the comments section. I'll have it pinned for you guys. We'll talk to you guys soon.